A single, almost imperceptible prick, and a man's life unravels. It was September 7th, 1978, a crisp London afternoon. Georgi Markov, a Bulgarian dissident journalist, waited for a bus near Waterloo Bridge. He felt a sudden, sharp sting on his right thigh, like an insect bite. Turning, he saw a man fumbling with an umbrella, muttering an apology, before quickly hailing a taxi and disappearing into the bustling city. Markov thought little of it at first, a minor inconvenience on an otherwise ordinary day, but within hours a fever set in. His temperature soared. He began vomiting uncontrollably. The pain in his leg, where he'd felt that strange prick, became unbearable. This was no ordinary insect bite. 4 days later, Georgi Markov was dead. The cause? A tiny platinum pellet, no bigger than a pinhead, embedded in his thigh. Inside the pellet, a microscopic dose of ricin, one of the deadliest poisons known to man. The weapon was ingenious, almost theatrical, a modified umbrella delivering death with a silent, unseen dart. This wasn't random violence. Markov was a vocal critic of Bulgaria's communist regime, broadcasting weekly on the BBC World Service and Radio Free Europe, exposing the iron fist of totalitarian rule. His death sent a chilling message, a stark reminder that even in the heart of Western Europe, the long arm of the Cold War could reach out and silence dissent. But who was Georgi Markov? Born in Sofia in 1929, he was a playwright and novelist of considerable talent. Initially, he was a celebrated figure in Bulgaria, his works published and praised. However, his critical eye eventually turned towards the suffocating reality of communist censorship and control. By 1969, unable to tolerate the restrictions on his artistic freedom, Markov defected to the West, settling in London. He found his voice anew, but this time, it was a voice aimed directly at the regime he had left behind. His broadcasts were sharp, witty, and deeply informed, making him a powerful thorn in the side of the Bulgarian state security, the Državna Sigurnost, or DS. His defection and subsequent broadcasts were considered a grave betrayal by the Bulgarian government, particularly its autocratic leader, Todor Zhivkov. Zhivkov, notoriously sensitive to criticism, reportedly ordered Markov to be silenced as early as 1972. The method of assassination, the ricin-tipped pellet, was not an isolated incident. Just 10 days before Markov's death, another Bulgarian defector, Vladimir Kostov, was attacked in Paris in a remarkably similar fashion. Kostov, however, survived. The pellet lodged in his back was later surgically removed, confirming the weapon's design. The parallel attacks strongly suggested a coordinated effort, a professional hit. The sophistication of the weapon, the precise delivery mechanism, and the choice of ricin, a substance difficult to detect and trace, all pointed to state-sponsored assassination. The British police, working with Scotland Yard, launched a massive investigation. They recovered the tiny pellet from Markov's body. Forensic analysis revealed its intricate design, a hollow sphere with 4 tiny holes, sealed with a sugar wax that would melt at body temperature, releasing the ricin. Ricin, derived from castor beans, is exceptionally toxic. A dose the size of a few grains of salt can be lethal if injected or inhaled. It works by inhibiting protein synthesis within cells, leading to cellular death and ultimately organ failure. There is no known antidote. The prime suspect quickly became the Bulgarian state security, but the crucial question was, did they act alone or with the assistance of their Soviet overlords, the KGB? The Soviets were known for their expertise in poisons and covert operations, and ricin was certainly within their arsenal. Years later, after the fall of communism, revelations from former KGB officers and defectors shed more light on the case. Oleg Kalugin, a high-ranking KGB general, stated publicly that the KGB had indeed provided the ricin and the technical assistance for the assassination, but that the order came directly from Zhivkov. The umbrella assassin himself remained elusive. Early investigations focused on a man known as Francesco Giolino, an Italian national who was known to have worked for the Bulgarian Secret Service. He was spotted in London around the time of the attack, and his profile matched witness descriptions. Giolino, codenamed Piccadilly by the DS, was a petty criminal recruited for his willingness to perform unsavory tasks. Despite extensive efforts by British and Bulgarian authorities post-communism, Giuliano was never apprehended or formally charged. He reportedly lived out his days in obscurity, protected by the very networks he once served. The Georgi Markov assassination became a chilling symbol of the Cold War's clandestine brutality. It demonstrated the lengths to which totalitarian regimes would go to silence critics, even across international borders, using sophisticated and almost untraceable methods. Imagine a sound, a constant, low thrum just at the edge of hearing, but only you can hear it. This was the unseen threat felt by dissidents, knowing that at any moment the state could reach out. Markov's death amplified that chilling thrum. The legacy of the umbrella assassination extends beyond Markov himself. It fueled public fear of political espionage and poison plots, becoming a staple of spy thrillers and a real-world cautionary tale about the dangers of speaking truth to power. Even today, the full extent of the collaboration between the Bulgarian DS and the KGB remains debated. While Kalugin's testimony provided crucial insight, some argue that the KGB's involvement was even deeper, perhaps initiating the plot rather than merely assisting. The case also highlights the ethical dilemmas faced by defectors and their families. Markov's decision to criticize his homeland from abroad came at an unimaginable cost, not just to himself, but to the peace of mind of those he left behind. The assassination remains officially unsolved in a legal sense, a cold case despite the wealth of information that has surfaced. No one has ever been brought to justice for Georgi Markov's murder, a poignant reminder of the impunity that state-sponsored assassins can sometimes enjoy. The umbrella, an everyday object, transformed into a weapon of silent, insidious death. It serves as a stark metaphor for the hidden dangers of the Cold War, where the most mundane items could conceal the deadliest intentions. Georgi Markov's story is a testament to the power of a single voice against tyranny, and the brutal lengths regimes will go to silence it. His death was a tragedy, but his words continue to echo, a permanent challenge to those who seek to suppress freedom. The umbrella assassin case, while seemingly concluded by historical revelation, continues to intrigue. It's a dark chapter, but one that offers crucial lessons about the nature of power, dissent, and the enduring shadows of political intrigue. Delve deeper into another chilling Cold War mystery in our next exploration.